Atlas Shrug 383 here today, and what I would like to do is talk about a problem and a fix that I've recently had on my 2022 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk edition. If you are new to my channel, I talk about a variety of topics, including firearms, black powder, outdoors history, and also vehicles from time to time. Specifically, the vehicles that I own, and if I've had problems and solutions and helpful tips. So today I want to focus on a problem. I don't think it's common with these Jeep Cherokees, but it is a problem that can exist, and I want to give you the information about it in case you're having a similar problem. Okay, so this is just a quick walk around of my Jeep. I haven't owned this Jeep very long. I bought it this past March. It's currently July 2024. I bought it used from Carvana, and I traded in my Toyota Tacoma that I'd had for a while. I was looking for more of an SUV type vehicle and something with bigger, more comfortable seats and a more comfortable back seat. And this Cherokee kind of fit the bill for me. It has some off-road capabilities, which I like. Occasionally we go to off-road parks. And so I opted for the Trailhawk edition. And this one, at the time of my purchase, had about 5,800, right around 6,000 miles on it, and a full factory warranty, which I found attractive. I've put quite a few miles on it since then. We've gone on a long car trip to Pennsylvania in it, and I've driven it a lot, and I have to say, overall, I like it. But I did have a problem. And so let's walk around to the passenger side. I have the doors open just to get some of the heat out of the vehicle. It's very hot today and humid. So when I first bought this Cherokee in March, I had it in the garage a lot and it really wasn't getting wet. But that being said, I've moved it outdoors, and since then it was getting rained on. And I noticed some unusual dripping under the passenger side quarter panel up here just behind the rear wheel, which is an area that the cowl drains to. As water flows down the windshield or off the hood, the cowl collects that water, and there is a drain there. So it's not alarming to have some water coming out here, but it was lasting for days after the rain, which I found to be unusual. I had recently purchased some WeatherTech floor mats for this. I really like WeatherTech floor mats. They're a little pricey, but I like how they cover the entire area in the floor. They really do help keep dirt and grime and stains off your carpet. And I was cleaning the Jeep after a rain. I pulled up my floor mats to clean them. They may not be that clean right now. And I noticed that there was moisture on the bottom of my floor mats after a rain. Thank goodness they're dry now. So when I noticed the moisture, I was feeling my carpets down here in the footwell on the passenger side, and they were just sopping wet. So water was coming in. That's a problem, especially on a vehicle this new. I thought surely something like a heater core wouldn't be going out this soon. What could be the problem? I tried to locate, and isolate this problem myself at first, and I couldn't really find anything other than, I know the cowl drains go behind the passenger side wheel well. I thought maybe the drains are stopped up. I ran water over this myself, and they appeared to be draining correctly. Didn't figure it would be a heater core issue, and the floor didn't smell like antifreeze, which is common with a heater core problem. And that usually occurs on older high mileage vehicles, but I didn't figure it was a heater core problem. And the air conditioner drains. So the air conditioner behind this panel right here is the in-cabin air filter, and also access to part of the air conditioner system. There's a plastic tube that goes down to the floor right here that drains the condensate, the condensed water, from the system. It's supposed to flow out there. Sometimes those tubes can get clogged, and that can cause water intrusion inside. Checked it out really good, and just for you guys to know, it's right behind this panel here, but it's back here. This panel just pops out. Here we go. I'll just show you. I'll show you. I've done this so many times now. Okay. There we go. There's the axis, and down here, that's the tube I'm talking about. See this black tube? I could not find any moisture around that tube, indicating that it was clogged or leaking. So my Trailhawk is under full factory warranty still. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to take it to the dealer. You know, I've had enough. I can't find the source of this leak. In the meantime, I had some more rain. The carpets kept getting wet over and over. The first time I took it to the dealership, which was a Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealership, they kept it a couple of days and they're like, we've ran water over this thing all over the place. We cannot find the leak. And kind of indicated maybe I had done something, like left my door cracked or left my window open. They kind of put it back on me a little bit. So I thought, well, that's fair. You know, if it's a problem, it's going to continue leaking and I'll take it back. And I tried to do a little work myself. After taking it to the dealership, I pulled my fender lining out and checked everywhere for leaks. And I just couldn't find anything. Couldn't find evidence of the leak. I couldn't find the source of it. So we went on a long car trip. Long story short, I'll try to make this short as I can. On the car trip, we went through a little patch of rain, got to our location in Pennsylvania. It was wet again. So I was really scratching my head. It's frustrating, you know, when you have a problem with a vehicle and you don't know what it is, it's, your imagination runs wild and you think, do I even want to keep this vehicle, you know? At the time, I was starting to have some doubts. So when we got back from Pennsylvania, carpets were wet. And at this point, I'm pulling the carpets up, drying them on a regular basis, trying to keep it as dry as I can. You know, I didn't want mold and things like that to grow. I ran across another YouTube video about service bulletins issued by Jeep on these models of Cherokee. I think the service bulletin was like a 2018 through 2020 models. Now this is a 2022, but the service bulletin mentions faulty body seams that can occur on the passenger side or the driver's side. And it's a defect from the factory. So I read about that and I thought it was interesting, and the situation seemed to fit my problem. You've got this mystery water coming in on the passenger side under the floor mats, mind you. So I took it back to the dealership. The service tech at the dealership was kind of dismissive of me at first. You know, he's like, well, yeah, I remember having this vehicle. We can't find the leak. And I said, look, there are 3 specific service bulletins that I have found on a YouTube video describing a situation with faulty body seams. The service tech was like, well, I've never heard of that before. And I'm like, well, just giving you a heads up, but it's still leaking, man. You know, it's still leaking. So I left it there. After 2 days, they called me and they said, we have found the leak. And they said, you are correct. It is a faulty body seam. There was a point back here near the drains for the cowl where there was a piece of weld that's just missing. It's not there. So whenever water puddles up in here and tries to drain, it's making it in that seam and it's coming down into the footwell. So thank goodness this vehicle's under warranty. I don't know what you would do if it wasn't, but they set me up and I went to the dealership I was working with didn't have a body shop, but they sent me to another Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealership in my area, and got it all set up for me to take it there, and which I did, and the problem was resolved. The body shop told me they had seen this on a couple of 2 or 3 other Jeep Cherokees that they've made repairs on. So I don't think this is a common problem, but I do think it's worth presenting a video out to you guys. You know, these Cherokees, they're not terrible vehicles. They have their problems, but this isn't one of them. The common problems people seem to have are like the PTU, transmission problems, you know, transaxle problems. Drivetrain issues are unfortunately a little bit of a complaint with these. They're more common, but these leaks and things, I really wasn't finding a lot about that until I came across one random YouTube video. And I tell you, I think I'll try to put a link to that video in this video so that you can access it easily. You know, if you're having a leaking problem on the passenger or driver side and you can't find out what is causing it, consider that this could be an issue. Be sure you tell the dealership, you know, tell them to look for it, because they evidently aren't looking for it proactively if you take it in for a leak. So guys, that's all I have to say. I'm going to pop that panel back on and stick my floor mat in here. So far, the leak problem appears to be fixed. So if not, I will update you. Thanks for watching. Atlas Shrug 383. You know, give me a like. You know, subscribe if you'd like to my channel. Share with someone if you know someone that has one of these Jeep Cherokees. This is a KL body top, not the Grand Cherokee. This is the smaller Cherokee, the KL. You know, I like to help people when I can, and hopefully this will help someone. Thank you.